Archangel Michael says this is urgent. He is sending someone to you right now. It is an emergency and you must open immediately. The veil between worlds has thinned and divine intervention is being dispatched to your location at this very moment. This is not a drill, this is not a test, this is a genuine spiritual emergency requiring your immediate attention and response. Michael the protector, the warrior, the guardian of heaven has seen what approaches you and is acting swiftly before it is too late. Archangel Michael has dispatched heavenly messengers. They are en route to your specific location carrying urgent divine assistance that cannot wait. This is an emergency situation that requires your immediate awareness, your complete attention, your total belief without hesitation or doubt. The consequences of ignoring this angelic warning are severe. The dangers approaching you are real and powerful forces are moving against you as we speak. You have been specifically chosen to receive this message because Michael has marked you as someone in imminent spiritual danger. Someone who needs immediate protection, someone who stands at a critical crossroads this very moment, and the choices you make in these next moments will determine everything. Like this video if you receive this divine emergency message and stand ready for the angelic visitor that Michael is sending to your aid. The Archangel is watching right now, seeing who acknowledges this warning, who prepares their heart, who opens their spirit to receive what is coming. Those who respond will be marked for divine intervention. Those who ignore will remain vulnerable to what approaches from the shadows. Dark forces are gathering, moving against you, plotting in ways you cannot see with human eyes. They surround your life, your home, your mind with negative energy, destructive influence, spiritual attacks. Archangel Michael from his position in the highest realms has seen these forces converging on your location and has recognized the severe danger you face if left unprotected. Divine protection is being arranged at the highest levels of heaven. A spiritual shield is being prepared. A holy defense is being mobilized. The messenger being sent carries specific instructions, specific protection, specific wisdom designed exactly for your unique situation, your particular vulnerability, your personal battle. This is not a generic warning. This is tailored specifically for you and the spiritual emergency that threatens to overwhelm you in this season of your life. Type Amen if you are ready to receive the angelic protection that Michael is sending to shield you from what approaches. Declare yourself open to divine intervention. Make it known that your heart is receptive, that your spirit is alert, that you recognize the severity of this warning and stand ready. The one Archangel Michael sends is powerful, ancient, wise, beyond human understanding. They have fought in the celestial wars. They have stood at the gates of paradise. They carry the authority of heaven, the seal of divine protection, the power to break chains that have bound you for too long. This messenger is specifically suited for your situation because they have faced the exact forces that now threaten you. They know the enemy's tactics. They understand the battlefield. You will know them by the peace that suddenly fills your space, by the clarity that enters your mind, by the strength that flows into your spirit. They do not always appear in physical form, but their presence will be undeniable, their impact unmistakable, their protection absolute when you truly open yourself to receive them. Archangel Michael says, prepare now for divine visitation. Clear your heart of disbelief, your mind of doubt, your space of distraction. You have been specifically chosen for this intervention in this moment because what threatens you also threatens your divine purpose, your spiritual assignment, your heavenly calling. Type 777 if you will receive the angelic messenger that Michael is dispatching to your aid, if you will welcome the divine help that is already on its way to you. The urgency of this situation cannot be overstated, cannot be minimized, cannot be postponed. The enemy forces are closing in, rapidly gathering strength, multiplying their efforts. Every moment that passes without divine intervention allows them to gain ground, to strengthen their position, to deepen their influence over areas of your life. The divine timing of this warning is critical, is precise, is calculated to give you the maximum protection before the point of no return. This is why immediate action cannot be delayed, cannot be questioned, cannot be relegated to tomorrow. What happens in these next hours will determine outcomes for years to come. Type 1. Am ready for divine protection, to signal your acceptance of heaven's intervention, to declare your openness to angelic assistance. Archangel Michael cannot force protection upon those who reject it, cannot override human free will, cannot save those who refuse to be saved. But he stands ready with armies of heaven, awaiting your permission to move on your behalf with unstoppable force. Watch for sudden, unexplainable peace in the middle of your storm, for unusual warmth when everything feels cold, for unexpected clarity when confusion has reigned. Your physical environment may shift subtly, objects might move, lights might flicker, the air might feel suddenly charged with electricity or unusually still. You may experience unusual dreams, vivid visions, sudden memories of forgotten promises, or intense emotions that seem to come from somewhere beyond yourself. Your intuition will heighten, your spiritual senses will awaken, your discernment will sharpen in ways that surprise you, alert you, prepare you. Some receive their messenger through other people, through a timely message, through a seemingly random encounter that carries exactly what you need in this moment. Trust these signs, do not dismiss them as coincidence, as imagination, as meaningless. They are confirmation that Michael's messenger has reached you and stands ready to intervene. Type 333 if you are standing in faith for this angelic intervention, if you are claiming the protection that Michael offers. If you are positioning yourself to receive the divine messenger that approaches even now with urgency, with purpose, with power. Your declaration is a spiritual beacon guiding them directly to you. You must prepare yourself spiritually before the messenger arrives. Clear your mind of cluttered thoughts, your heart of lingering resentments, your spirit of festering doubts. The higher your vibration, the clearer your energy, the stronger your faith, the more powerful the protection that can surround you in this critical hour. Consider your physical space as well. Remove distractions, dim harsh lights, silence electronic interruptions. Create a sanctuary of peace where divine communication can flow freely. Your mental and emotional readiness determines how much you can receive, how clearly you can understand, how effectively you can implement the guidance that comes. Take deep breaths, release fear, embrace calm, center yourself in the knowledge that heaven moves on your behalf, that Michael himself has seen your situation and responded. These preparations are not symbolic, they are practical, necessary steps that clear the path for maximum intervention at the precise moment when everything is at stake. Archangel Michael says, cleanse your space, your mind, your heart, for the holy messenger approaches, carrying what you need in this emergency moment. Speak aloud, I am cleansed and ready, to confirm your preparation, to signal that you have made room within yourself for this divine appointment. Nothing blocks divine intervention more completely than a closed mind, a hardened heart, a cluttered spirit that leaves no space for heaven to enter and accomplish its urgent work. The messenger Michael sends carries a specific mission tailored precisely to your emergency situation. They come to establish a protective barrier between you and what threatens. They bring divine intel, revealing hidden dangers, exposing concealed enemies, identifying weaknesses in your spiritual armor that have left you vulnerable to attack. Critical information will be imparted through intuition, through dreams, through sudden knowing that seems to appear in your mind without explanation. This is not coincidence, this is communication. The messenger will initiate energy shifts, breaking negative patterns, dissolving harmful connections, restoring damaged boundaries that have allowed destructive forces to infiltrate your life. These changes may feel uncomfortable at first, disruptive to what you know, challenging to what you believe, but they are essential, necessary, transformative. This messenger does not come merely to warn but to equip, to empower, to activate dormant spiritual gifts that you will need in the coming days to stand against what rises against you. Type Michael's protection surrounds me to activate the divine shield that the Archangel himself has prepared specifically for your situation. Declare your acceptance of angelic guardianship, speak it aloud, make it known in both the physical and spiritual realms that you stand under heaven's covering. With this declaration you establish your authority against the forces that have targeted you, marked you, pursued you. Understand the enemy uses specific methods to block divine messengers, creating doubt in your mind, whispering, "This is not real, this is coincidence, this is merely imagination." They deploy sophisticated deceptions, making you believe you have time, that the danger is not urgent, that you can postpone your response, postpone your preparation, postpone your protection. Countless distractions will suddenly appear: urgent calls, unexpected visitors, pressing deadlines, technological failures, anything to keep you distracted, inattentive, unprepared for the divine appointment that approaches. Watch for sudden, unexplained anxiety, overwhelming fatigue, unusual confusion, or resistance from those around you. These are warning signs that interference is happening, that something seeks to prevent this divine connection. The enemy knows that if Michael's messenger reaches you, if the protection is established, if the information is received, then their plans are thwarted, their access denied, their influence broken. This is why the resistance intensifies precisely when breakthrough is closest, why the spiritual attacks increase when divine help is nearest, why everything seems to work against you when deliverance stands at the door. Type: "No weapon formed against me shall prosper," to break the enemy interference that seeks to block your divine appointment, to disrupt the plans formed against you. Declare your spiritual authority, speak aloud your position under Michael's protection, claim the angelic assistance that has been dispatched to your location. Reject all attempts to distract, to confuse, to delay, to prevent the critical connection with the messenger who carries exactly what you need in this emergency hour. The instructions this messenger brings will be critical, precise, life-changing. They must be followed exactly, completely, without hesitation, without alteration, without delay. Guidance may come regarding people. You must distance yourself from habits, you must break patterns, you must interrupt environments, you must leave behind for your immediate protection. You will receive clear timelines, specific deadlines, urgent boundaries that cannot be crossed, cannot be ignored, cannot be postponed without severe consequences to your spiritual, physical, emotional well-being. What the messenger reveals may challenge your understanding, contradict your assumptions, upset your plans, but these divine directives come from realms that see what you cannot perceive, realms that know what you cannot grasp. The consequences of following these instructions will be immediate protection, accelerated healing, restored peace, profound clarity, renewed purpose, and strength beyond what you thought possible. The consequences of ignoring this guidance will be continued vulnerability, increased attacks, deepening confusion, worsening circumstances as the enemy forces gain further ground in territories of your life that should be under divine protection. Type 1 will obey the divine guidance to confirm your willingness to follow the instructions that heaven sends through this emergency messenger. Declare your commitment, your obedience, your surrender to the direction that comes not from human wisdom but from angelic intelligence that sees the full battlefield. Signal to Michael that you stand ready not just to receive information but to act upon it immediately, completely, faithfully. Archangel Michael's protection works in layers, in dimensions, in realms beyond physical perception, creating barriers that dark forces cannot penetrate, cannot overcome, cannot dismantle. Spiritual armor is being placed around you right now, shields of light, walls of fire, circles of protection that move with you wherever you go, creating safe space in the midst of spiritual warfare. Angelic guards are being stationed throughout your life, positioned at vulnerable points, at doorways, at crossroads where enemy forces have previously gained access, previously caused damage, previously planted seeds of destruction. This protection extends beyond you to your home, your loved ones, your possessions, your reputation, your peace of mind, your future possibilities, creating a comprehensive covering against multidimensional attacks. The duration of this protection depends on your continued awareness, your ongoing alignment, your daily choices to stand within the boundaries heaven establishes around you. The extent reaches farther than you can imagine, covering areas you don't even know are vulnerable, addressing threats you haven't yet perceived, anticipating attacks still being formulated in the shadow realms that seek your downfall. Michael's protection is both responsive and preventative, healing damage already done while preventing future injuries, defending you now while preparing you for battles yet to come. Type clothed in divine armor to activate the full protection that Michael offers, to stand fully covered by heavenly defense systems. Declare your acceptance of this spiritual covering, make it known throughout the unseen realms that you claim the angelic guardianship assigned specifically to you. Stand in confidence under this protection. Know that when Michael defends, when heaven intervenes, when divine armies mobilize, no enemy force can stand against the light that surrounds you. After the messenger's visit, your life will transform in ways you cannot yet imagine. Areas of struggle will suddenly resolve, problems that seemed permanent will dissolve, clarity will replace confusion, peace will overcome anxiety. A spiritual awakening will occur as your senses sharpen, your discernment heightens, your intuition strengthens. You will begin to see through deception, recognize truth, feel the presence of both light and darkness around you. The protection established will remain in place, creating a foundation of security from which you can operate with confidence, with boldness, with authority, knowing you stand under heaven's covering, under Michael's watchful gaze. New purpose will be revealed as layers of enemy interference are stripped away, allowing you to see clearly the divine assignment that has been obscured by spiritual static, by intentional blockages, by strategic distractions. Relationships will shift as you recognize those who enhance your spiritual protection and those who compromise it, those who strengthen your divine connection and those who weaken it. Your energy will transform, your health will improve, your mental clarity will expand as the heavy weights of unseen attack are lifted, removed, replaced with the lightness that comes from true spiritual freedom. This transformation is not temporary, not superficial, not limited, but profound, enduring, life-changing, touching every aspect of your existence in ways that will unfold for years to come. Type 1. Receive my divine destiny to accept the new path that opens before you after Michael's intervention clears away the obstacles, the interferences, the blockages. Declare your willingness to be transformed, your openness to the changes that must occur, your readiness for spiritual elevation beyond your current state. Signal to heaven that you recognize this emergency intervention as not just protection but redirection, rebirth, repositioning for higher purpose. Understand the severe consequences of rejecting this messenger, of ignoring this warning, of dismissing this divine emergency response sent specifically for your protection. If you choose disbelief, if you decide this is merely coincidence, if you postpone your response, the enemy forces gain immediate advantage, immediate access, immediate permission to continue their assault. What happens when divine help is refused is that the darkness that was being held back is allowed to advance, the attacks that were being blocked are permitted to land, the protection that was offered remains unestablished. The window of opportunity for this level of intervention is limited, is precise, is calculated based on divine timing, on strategic spiritual positioning, on the exact moment when protection can be most effectively established. Once this moment passes, once the messenger moves on, once the emergency response is redirected, it becomes exponentially more difficult to establish the same level of protection, to receive the same clarity of instruction, to implement the same degree of transformation. This is not said to create fear, but to emphasize urgency, to underline importance, to clarify what truly hangs in the balance with your response. Type 1 will not reject divine help to confirm your acceptance of this angelic warning, this spiritual intervention, this emergency response from Michael himself. Declare your belief in what heaven is showing you, your trust in the messenger being sent, your faith in the protection being offered when so much stands to be lost or gained. Signal your complete confidence in Archangel Michael's assessment of your situation, his response to your danger, his provision for your protection at this critical crossroads. Michael extends a sacred oath of protection, a personal guarantee from the commander of heaven's armies that when you stand under his covering, no weapon formed against you will prosper. The Archangel himself positions his sword of light between you and what threatens, establishing a barrier that dark forces cannot penetrate, cannot overcome, cannot circumvent, regardless of their number, their strength, their strategy. This angelic covering, once established, extends for as long as you choose to remain within its boundaries, for as long as you maintain awareness of spiritual realities, for as long as you continue to acknowledge the protection surrounding you. The strength of this protection exceeds anything you have previously experienced. It stands against both seen and unseen threats, against physical dangers and spiritual attacks, against obvious enemies and hidden adversaries. A special blessing accompanies this intervention, not just safety but increase, not just defense but advancement, not just survival but prosperity in every dimension of your existence, as the enemies that have stolen from you are forced to restore sevenfold. Michael promises not abandonment but ongoing vigilance, not temporary assistance but established guardianship, not partial covering but complete divine protection over everything that concerns you. Archangel Michael says, "Rise now, stand firm, open yourself completely, for the messenger reaches your location at this very moment, carrying emergency assistance, divine protection, critical guidance." Type victory is mine to claim your triumph over the enemy schemes, your deliverance from what has threatened you, your rescue from what has pursued you, your freedom from what has bound you. Declare with full confidence, with absolute certainty, with unshakable faith that what heaven has started will be completed, what Michael has promised will be fulfilled, what God has ordained will be established. The emergency response has been initiated, the heavenly protocols activated, the spiritual intervention launched at the highest levels of divine authority. The messenger has been dispatched, is en route, cannot be stopped, cannot be intercepted, cannot be prevented from reaching the exact location where you stand in need of immediate protection. Archangel Michael has heard your response, has seen your heart, has registered your faith, has marked you for specific, detailed, personalized intervention that addresses exactly what you face. Divine protection is now established, is being strengthened, is extending throughout every area of vulnerability in your life. It is done, it is accomplished, it is finished.